Am I the only one that gets really scared when a brand decides to reformulate one of their products that everyone already loves? Today's video is going to be comparing the Cogindo Aqua Foundation to the reformulated Cogindo Aqua Foundation. This just recently released, probably a week ago. I've been testing out the new version comparatively to the old original version, and I have definitely collected my thoughts. I really just want to help my subscribers make better purchasing decisions and be informed and feel empowered to make those decisions. So if that kind of vibes with you, make sure to subscribe. If you're into these kinds of videos, I do them a lot on my channel. So the Cogindo Aqua Foundation has been, you know, on and off my holy grail foundation for the last couple of years. So I actually have one formulation on one side of my face and the new formulation on the other side of my face. So I will soon do up close shots so that you guys can kind of see for yourself the differences in the formula on my face right now. So the Cogindo Aqua has been probably one of my favorite foundations in the last 2 years. It just checks all of the boxes for me. I've done multiple videos on this foundation. I will leave all of those videos down in the description box. So when I heard that Cogindo was reformulating the product, I got a little bit scared because the formula itself is already near perfect to me. A quick rundown on the formula. It is a very fluid foundation. It's water-based and it's extremely buildable. I like to compare it to the MAC Face and Body, except it's less dewy than the MAC Face and Body. It has more coverage and it's more buildable. And I find that it is a bit more of like an HD sort of look on the skin, which basically all I mean by that is that it perfects the skin and makes it look, you know, more poreless and airbrushed rather than just super dewy and glowy. It's a great balance because it's super lightweight and hydrating and buildable and, you know, a little bit glowy, but it also does not exaggerate your pores, which some glowy foundations can. And it does last a decent amount of time on my skin. I tell anyone with dry skin to try out the foundation, and I've recommended it to my friends with oily skin, and I've actually gotten a lot of positive feedback. It's definitely a cult classic product, and I'm in the shade 002. This is more of a neutral shade. And speaking of shades, Cogindo does not have a lot of them. That is probably my least favorite part of this foundation line. So let's talk about this new reformulation. First of all, Cogindo Aqua is $66. I'm not positive if it was another price before, but the new reformulation is $67. I'm not a huge fan of them upping the price $1 more. It just feels a little bit strange to me. I'm not sure if the ingredients actually warrant that, but it does feel a little bit odd to me that they would make this already extremely expensive foundation just a little bit more expensive. The closer it gets to $70, the more anxious I am about buying it. Also, the original Cogindo Aqua comes in a glass bottle with a pump, and it feels super luxurious. It feels like luxury makeup. It's super sleek. The new bottle is also very sleek. It still comes with a pump, but it's all fucking plastic. It's plastic. I mean, it makes sense for makeup artists. It makes sense for people that are traveling a lot. And this is definitely, you know, a foundation that a lot of makeup artists use. I get it. But they made the price more expensive, and then I guarantee you this packaging costs a lot less. So kind of irks me. I'm paying a lot of money and this comes in plastic now, or acrylic, or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, not really a fan of the new packaging. Same amount of product, they didn't fuck us over that way. I sound really angry in this video, but I'm not that angry. It's just, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't like feeling like I'm being cheaped out. But yeah, it's 1.01 fluid ounces for both products. So let's get into the new formulation of the product. So for the new reformulation product, this is what Violet Grey has to say about it. And I did buy it off of their website. Created to mimic the optical reflectance of facial treatment. Basically, they wanted that after facial glow. This also has RGB powder that enhances the natural tone and complexion. Also is great for poreless skin texture. I think that's just another way of them saying that it's good for HD and photography, just like the last one was. So that's great, but if I'm being honest, I do not see the difference in these two products. If you've watched some of my other reviews, I am very, very detail oriented and very particular about my foundations and the way they look. I really don't see that much of a difference, if a difference at all, between the new reformulation. I have to say I'm relieved because it's one of my favorite foundations already, so I'm glad that it is not drastically different. I feel like the new version maybe lasts a little bit longer on my skin and gives just the slightest bit more coverage. It's really not something that I notice in a big way. I've now worn both formulas, the newer formulation on one side and the original on the other, twice now. And I have worn both on their own as well, obviously. And I can't find a difference. I'm kind of like grasping at straws here. I let out a sigh of relief since, of course, I really, really love this foundation. I can't help but feel like there are other motives here to why they decided to reformulate. And it's not like I don't believe it. The only difference in the ingredient list that I saw with these two products is that the original does have mica pretty high up on the ingredient list. I've never gotten a sparkly, weird vibe from this foundation, just by the way. And it looks like they've taken that out of the formula. Mica is a pretty cheap ingredient, so again, not really sure what to make of this. Is it a way for Cojindo to kind of remind people of their foundation? I don't know. Either way, I still am head over heels in love with it and will obviously continue to repurchase. It does kind of feel like the new foundation is being marketed as an after facial glow. It mimics the look of amazing skin in skincare, whereas the original was really marketed towards makeup artists and it looking great in photos and up close. So strange. It really just does feel like they're tackling a new audience. Anyway, these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of videos. I upload weekly videos on skincare and beauty. Make sure to check out my other videos on the Cojindo Aqua Foundation, and I will hopefully see you in my next video.